Right there.
Right then. Hello.
Evening all. So lovely to see so many of you already in the comments.
I'm so excited. I forgot to have a drink before I start. I got a bit of a. I got a tadpole.
He's only been sat here for like 20
minutes.
minutes.
I've been sat here since 6:05.
And Nick's just saying that right there. And here we go again. Evening all. Yes, last night we had our members and patrons live, which we have once a month, and that was great. So lovely to see so many of you here again. So you're not fed up of us yet, which is always good to know. So
which is good because we're doing another live tomorrow.
No, we're not.
I know we're not. I was joking.
I'm like, are we? Are we? No, Friday. We're going to have a fun night tomorrow, aren't we? We have a drinking night. So we've been off the alcohol in between cruises, which is we're doing really well, aren't we, Paulie?
I didn't even know we were having a drinking night.
Yes, tomorrow. Drinking night tomorrow.
Oh.
Corinne's made it. So lovely to see Corinne.
But she's only staying for 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's fine. Corinne's got a lot on.
Do you want to know how I know that?
Oh, because down here, look, yes, Corinne said, good evening. I've got the head out church meeting and panto rehearsal, which I'll be late.
Oh, no, you haven't.
No, but 15 minutes, like I say, people dip in and out. It's not
15 minutes, in my opinion, is more than enough of us two.
Anyway, so Kevin's here. So thank you, Kevin, for joining us. And he quite rightly has put, if you've got a question for us today, please put a question at the front, because what happens in the comments is everyone gets chatting with each other, because everyone knows not everyone knows each other, but lots of people know each other, which we love. And it's easy for us to pick out. Oh, I got a tickly cough, Paul. You're gonna have to do most of the talking tonight.
Oh, okay. Well, what can I say?
Is that it?
It's lovely weather today, wasn't it?
No.
If you're a duck.
Yeah. We've had this morning we went out to the gym, got back to the gym, and did a good workout again today, didn't we?
We did.
And as soon as we got back, did a little bit of shopping. As soon as we got back, the heavens opened, and it was just been torrential all afternoon, wasn't it? Paulie had planned to do some car work, but that didn't pan out, did it at all?
It did not.
But Ron's here from Calgary. So 2 Calgarians. Is that what you call yourself?
But that sounds like something off Star Trek.
It does. Are you Kevin and Ron, are you Calgarians? And are you neighbours? They're saying that in Calgary in Canada, if you're a neighbour, that means the next house is like 3 miles away, doesn't it? Oh, and Danny's here from Newfoundland. So, all the Canadians in. And Ron said, look, yes, Canadians in abundance. So you're a Newfie, aren't you? Is that what they call? So I think
that's what they could. That's because
cruising Canucks, because Jill's from Newfoundland.
Yeah, she says she's a Newfie, so hopefully we're not being offensive.
So we've got Calgarians.
So how come the light's right in your glasses?
I don't know. We've been playing with the lights, and anyway, ignore my square sort of lights on my eyes. I'll try and look down. We just can't when you've got glasses and trying to get some bright lights. Don't mess with it now, Paulie. It's fine. It's fine.
It's glaring on me.
I'll duck down. It's really difficult to get lights. We've tried the ring lights. We've tried so if you do YouTube channels, YouTube lives, and you wear glasses and you know how to get good lighting in a room without glare on your glasses, please let us know, because that would be really helpful. Do let us know in the comments below. So let's have a look. Let's see. Go to the first question.
Well, there's sort of a question from Corinne, which is, are any of the Canadians booked on the group cruise? And the answer to that is, I don't know.
I'd have to get my book out, because we have got people from Canada, we've got people from US, and we've got people from England, and we've got people from Amsterdam, actually from Holland.
Australia.
Yes, we've got Australians too. Tony's yes.
Yeah, there you go.
So we've got yes, we have, but
from
their
the
names
four corners of the globe.
Yes, exactly that.
As long as you class Australia, Canada, and America as the 4 corners.
I think there's a few more corners in the Poland.
Well, I think there can only be 4 corners, can't I? Surely.
It's round, so there's no corners actually.
Oh.
Nick and Tracy are asking, with Grant's cruising lifestyle, what do you enjoy most about vlogging?
Nothing at all.
Do you know, for me, obviously my background's a nurse, and when we started doing our website, and I was just going to concentrate on sort of writing reviews and things like that, and get involved with social media. And then when the YouTube thing came along, and I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. We could show show a lot more by adding in some videos as well as our reviews. And when I started doing it, what I love most about vlogging and editing is that starting with just a few videos, a few photos that you take, to actually put them together like a big puzzle to tell a story of your day or of your excursion or of your whatever experience it is, hotel review, whatever it might be. I feel quite chuffed. I'd say blow my own trumpet now, but I feel quite chuffed at the end of it when I think, oh my God, you know, I didn't have any skills before, apart from obviously nursing skills, about being creative. And for me, from the vlogging point of view, that's what I thoroughly enjoy. When I make a video, and Paul puts a lot of effort into it too, to be fair, he checks it. And what you do, and you do lots of the voiceovers, don't you?
I don't have any choice. Come and look at this, make sure you're happy with it. I don't care. No, but you have to come and look at it. No, I don't want it. Come and look at it.
So that is one thing that I really enjoy.
She starts off with a blank page.
Yes.
And when she's finished, she's created a lovely video for you all to enjoy. What I love the most about vlogging is, obviously, because I have very little to do with the creative process, but I just love anything like when we get positive feedback and when we get people saying, oh, like we had a comment today that somebody had booked a Morella cruise. They only booked it because of us, and they've seen our Morella Voyager stuff, and they said, obviously, we're definitely going to book on that now because we did the discovery because of you. So now we've seen what you thought of Voyager, we're going to do that. And it's lovely to get that positivity. Now, obviously, we get a lot of knobs as well who want to say stupid stuff.
Yeah,
but even sometimes that's funny.
Yeah, and you got to have. I think that's with the vlogging. It was hard to start with when you got some negative comments because I took it quite personally. You're able to shake things off a bit better than me, aren't you? But now it doesn't bother me. You have to develop, if you are going to go into vlogging, you have to develop thick skin, because there are a lot of nasty people out there that will just throw abuse at you. But anyone that does that, we just ignore and block. So, and I want to say the other thing about vlogging, if we'd never started this journey, we would have never met the most amazing people all around the world. And you'll just have seen from our summer where we went to New York and met Kevin, and went to Calgary and met, we
only enjoy meeting people called Kevin. Basically.
Kevin. We've had so many, we've had some lovely Patreon meetups over the last couple of months. And that, to me, is the best thing, that with the community that we've made and the people that are here with us now. So to me, that's the best thing. So Ron said he wished he was on the group cruise sometime in the future, hopefully. Yeah, because we've had so much interest in the group cruise in 2025. Dan and I are already on the case of just having a think about 2026. We're definitely doing a Patreon members only cruise to make it a cruise more small and personal, but we're definitely going to do a large group cruise too. Even though we haven't done one, I'm sure we're going to love it and want to do some more. So let's have a look to the comments. There's so many people here that would come and say hello to you as we're going through the So Striker Maguire, I love that name. Hi guys, we're looking forward to our New Year's cruise on Harvey in the Caribbean. Yeah, lots of people planning their Christmas cruises. I know there's some fabulous deals with TUI at the moment for the Christmas cruises. If we weren't booked on Azamara, Andrew, one of our patrons, has booked a 5-dayer, wasn't it, for Christmas cruise?
A river cruise.
Yeah, a river cruise for about 700 quid, and that includes flights.
Everything.
So do check out our website. So we've got a lot of information about TUI, because they've got some good last-minute deals at the moment. So so lots of people planning. We're not away for Christmas. In fact, you'll know from seeing our Australia stuff, I got quite homesick when we were in Australia at Christmas. So we're planning a big Christmas at home. And prior to that, we were never big at decorating the house or whatever. But tomorrow, Paul's agreed, we're going up, we're going to buy a big tree and we're going to decorate the stairs. And I know it's a bit early, but we've got friends coming to stay at our house when we go away to Warner's and when we go away to the Caribbean. So I want to make it all lovely and Christmassy for them too. And he's a real bar humbug, aren't you? Bar humbug.
I wonder what you said then.
That's the right thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bar humbug.
I thought you called me a bambaleo.
No. So Rose is asking, I'm going to see Abba Voyage on Sunday. Does anyone else like Abba?
No.
Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? Because Abba are huge, but it's not something that ever...
I don't dislike Abba.
No.
Carole's sister is mad on Abba.
Yes,
and when that Voyage thing came out, and
hologram thing.
We were in a car, and there was me, Carole, and Carole's sister. And it came on the radio. Oh, Abba's going to do this holographic show, doing all their hits. They're going to be on stage as holograms. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I looked at Carole and I said, "Who in their right mind would pay money to go and watch that?" And a voice from the back went, "I would," and it was Carole's sister. So, and that's the beauty of life and the world we live in. If we all like the same things, it'd be a boring old lot. I do like some of Abba's stuff, to be fair, but
we wouldn't choose to go and see anything Abba related, like an Abba tribute or Abba.
Yeah. But if we went and watched a band and they did the old Abba song,
well, it's good sing-along tunes, isn't it? You can't help yourself but sing along.
But Dancing Queen now is a bit like Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline I used to really like, but now it's just been absolutely played to death. But if I never heard Dancing Queen again, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
But there is some, like I said, there is some Abba stuff I do.
But have a fab time, Rose.
But you'll have a fab time, I know you will. Because I'm assuming that when they come out all holographic, they'll all be young and beautiful.
I'm sure they will.
Because they're all in their 70s now, aren't they?
Corinne saying Dancing Queen was our song with my late husband.
I wish I'd never said anything now, Corinne. I'm sorry. Oh, no.
No, you feel bad, look.
Yeah,
1976. So let's have a look to the next. Oh, the comments have jumped all around. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. So Morris is just asking, what's your favourite ABBA song?
It's in light of new information, Morris, it's Dancing Queen.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Rose said her favourite is Money, so she can afford to cruise. Right then, so let's have a look. So Ron's asking, Ron from the Calgarian. Ron the Calgarian. Have you found the sweet spot for cabin category? Wondering if the Neptune suite was a game changer, or if there's a level you just don't want to book anymore, premium or budget?
Unfortunately, Ron, needs must, and we booked. We just booked a cheapie. Were we telling people about the cheapie?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because we just booked. Well, our patrons are new. No, not yet.
But we've booked a cheapie, and we were this close to booking an inside cabin. So
I was all up for an inside cabin.
So,
because the itinerary isn't anywhere. It's a Northern Europe itinerary, and it's not something is new to us. So for me to have an inside cabin, it's only a short cruise. So no, I mean, I think the reason we booked the Neptune suite for Alaska was because I went a bit mental. I don't know what happened really. I hardly recovered from it. I said, I'll just book it. But it was. I'm so glad we did.
It was the perfect. It was the perfect cabin for that cruise.
Yeah.
And we met people on the cruise who also had Neptune suites, but they had midship Neptune suites.
Yeah.
And if we'd have had a midship one, I'd have been disappointed. The one we had was exactly the one we wanted, which was the aft, which meant we had a rear-facing balcony and a side-facing balcony. Because
if you've not experienced that, you wouldn't have it to compare with, because they loved their midship. Yeah. And people love midship because of the less movement. But that aft balcony suite was just, if you haven't seen it, go and watch our video on our channel. It was just absolutely superb. If we could afford to cruise in suites all the time, I would cruise in a suite. Yeah, unfortunately, our budget doesn't allow that. No. Minimum for us, if we're doing a cruise that's going to be a sunny climate, I do love a balcony, so I would always choose a balcony if it was affordable. However, like we say, if we're going somewhere colder now, and we've learned now that we've booked balconies in the past, and I haven't been able to use them because they're too, it's too.
It's too cold.
Too cold. Yeah. Or actually, if we're cruising with friends and family, we don't spend so much time in the cabin. So I think it's less important. It depends on a lot of elements, doesn't it? Yeah. If we're on our own, we spend more time in the cabin because we like to just snuggle up and watch the telly or sit on the balcony with a cocktail and watch the world go by. But if you're with friends, you want to be out and about on the ship, don't you?
But money no object, it'd be a suite.
It would be a suite every time. I would. And Barbara saying, how lucky are your patrons? Had early Skagway video live chat yesterday and now the chat today. Exactly. Paul,
Barbara, you're
in
right.
honour.
You're
look at your t-shirt.
You're so lucky.
You have to stand up. Yes. And Paulie's belly's not so big, look. He's lost, what have you lost now? 20. We weighed again this morning. We put on a pound, didn't we, last week? And then we weighed again this morning. Paul's lost, is it 22 you've lost
21.
now? £21. I've lost 12, so nearly a stone, so I'm chuffed to bits for that. But we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there. So so Sherry's here and just saying, hello everyone here from Charlotte, North Carolina, where it's sunny and 83 degrees. And I love Abba. I watched Mamma Mia again recently on the plane. I just love that movie. That is a fun movie, actually. It is a good film, to be fair. That is a fun movie.
Yeah, and people saying, when we were talking about maybe we'll have some karaoke on the group cruise, and people saying, well, I can't sing. Well, it didn't stop Piers Brosnan in Mamma Mia, did it?
Right.
He was rubbish.
He was. Oh, dear. David Webb said, I bought an Abba toilet Waterloo. Oh, no. Oh, so somebody saying hello, even all looking forward to Andy and Carla, and so many people here. Looking forward to a fun-packed hour. Tina, Frank and Jen's here, and Jodie's here. So lovely to see you, Jodie, because we don't get a chance to catch our lives often. So thank you so much. And Natalie's new to our channel and enjoying our videos. You two are great. So thank you very much.
Natalie. You're obviously a very good judge of character.
Yes. Let's see. I'm going to push the. Barbara's just saying, do give us a thumbs up. I did put it on my phone just to see, because it'll be lovely to see.
She's checking up on you. So
I can't see. Why can't I see the thumbs up?
I don't know.
So so please do give us a thumbs up, because any interaction with our video, obviously with the live chat, it doesn't sort of count, but it does count because it counts a lot during the live. But afterwards, if you've got a comment that you want to leave, just to say thanks for the live, or give us a thumbs up so we can get lots of thumbs up before the end of the live, then that'd be great. So
you missed Ken out that.
Well, I missed so many people are saying hello. If I said hello to everyone that's saying hello, then
okay. So
it's going to be
hello, Ken. By the way, even though Carole don't want to speak to you, I'll still speak to you, Ken. I told you what. Remember that night? That night we had a late. That night we had a late on the Princess, and Carole went to bed, and you said that's a shame. I said, Ken, we're better off without her. And I think that you see what I mean now, don't you?
You'll catch up with Ken next week, aren't you?
I am.
Yes. So I would come, Ken, but I want my hair done. I've got to get rid of all this grey. Oh, so I've got to get my hair done, and I always book it like 2 months in advance. Paulie's got to get rid of his grey too. Yes. Oh, right. So let's have so have we got any questions? Oh, it's a Natalie Green. That's our niece is here. It's lovely to see you, Nat. And we're hoping that Al's feeling better, because he's been feeling a bit ropey, hasn't he? Yes. So let's have a look at. Andrew's asking a really good question here. What are the benefits of booking direct the cruise line versus with an agent? Well, with a booking direct, I guess, what are the benefits? Booking direct is no different than booking with an agent, because the price is often the same, or even the agent can get it cheaper. So booking with an agent, we've found, and particularly obviously we use Dan.
And that's the thing, there's agents and there's agents.
Yes.
Because I don't want to go, because we talked about this quite extensively over lives, but we had an experience with Igloo, which was like we would never use them again. And we have people say to us, they book with this company, that company. And it's basically one of these places where every time you ring up, you get a different person. Dan is a totally different entity, because when we phone Dan, we speak to Dan. And if you don't speak to Dan, Dan will come back to you almost immediately, because he's all over the stuff. So you'll probably get it cheaper than booking direct, and you get all the after sales that comes with having a good travel agent.
Yeah.
Whereas you get some of these sort of internet based ones where you can't get a positive after sales experience, because you can't even get to speak to the same people.
You can't get hold of people. You can't get hold of the same person. We've had, when we booked, to be fair, we booked with the P&O Direct before, and they've been very helpful. Yeah. We've not had issues afterwards to deal with. We've had issues with other cruise lines that we've had. Thankfully, we've had Dan in our corner, and he has been priceless.
Well, I just thought of a fantastic why it's better to book with the agent, because if you book with an agent and you have a problem with a cruise line, that agent's going to fight your corner. But if you book with a cruise line and you have problems with a cruise line, they're going to be as slippery and elusive as humanly possible, because they've got their own interests at heart. So if you've got a good travel agent in your corner, which we had issues obviously with our Azamara thing, which if it hadn't been for Dan, we would never got anything.
But thankfully,
sorted.
that's resolved.
But it's
now.
resolved.
It's resolved
But
now,
it's
and
resolved,
as you
yes.
all know,
Yeah.
we're heading back on Azamara, and we've had
what's
an
the date
apology.
today? In 20 days.
I know it's mad, isn't it? Because we've been home. Our last trip was when we went to New York, and we came back on the QM2, and that was end of August. And for us, we've been cruising so mad, so we've had 2 months with no cruise, and we're itching to get back on, aren't we? I'm itching to get back on.
We've been arguing, throwing stuff at each other, just driving each other mad because we desperate for holiday.
Well, and prior to that, we got a 4-night break at Warner's for turkey and tinsel. So I'm looking forward to that because that's spending time with the family.
Yeah.
And being at home, it's been so lovely, hasn't it? Spending time with family and friends. So just say that Andrew's just saying, because the magic of Ian Shaw, for those of you who don't know, Magic of he's a magician on a cruise ship, if you haven't guessed.
I'll tell you something. That's a good name to have.
It is a good name to have. So good news about Ian. He's just landed first kind of with Hull on Amsterdam to South America and Antarctica. Oh, wow. Christmas Day in Antarctica. Sadly, means we have had to. Oh, this is the river cruise that I said about TUI at the moment. If you wanted a little Christmas break, but hey, I can see you've cancelled it. But wow, what an experience!
If you need anybody to carry your bags or drink Thatcher's Gold with you, I'm available over Christmas because Carole's staying at home.
I am staying at home Christmas. Anyway, so
if you're going to say something mean about Carole, wait till she's reading. Because you've got a really good chance of getting away with it.
So they are Calgarians.
Well, I don't
know. So that's good. Frank and Jenna saying, so Frank and I will be waving you off as we sail on Celebrity Equinox on November 30th. We leave at 4 and I think you leave at 5. Yes, so we're in Fort Lauderdale on November the 30th, joining Azamara onward. So, and it's a shame because we're there to a couple of days beforehand to catch up with our friends Bob and Holly, who we're cruising with, which will be awesome. And I said to Frank and Jenny, if you're around, but they don't actually get into really late, it would have been really nice to just catch up over a beer. So, so Auntie G's here. Good evening from Northern Germany. Can onboard credit be used to pay gratuities on Cunard QM2?
I believe they can.
I think they can, yeah. I think they can.
They can. And you used to be able to. You could even use onboard credit in the casino. But these two numpties, bloggers, put a video out about it, saying how to use your onboard credit. And I think off the back of that video, a lot of cruise lines stopped.
No. Tina's asking, how was your Angel Delight?
It was horrible.
Do you know, we tried the Paul said, I'm going to make the butterscotch Angel Delight up, which he did. And it was so sweet. I had one spoonful. I thought, no, that's enough for me. So after all our chat about Angel Delight, but Paul said you were going to get the chocolate one ready for the live, weren't you? But you forgot.
I bought some more milk today because we don't drink normal milk for no reason other than we just don't drink it. We're not anti-milk or anything like that, or even Uncle Milk. So, but I bought some more milk today. So at some point, I feel Angel Delight maybe is a Sunday thing, sort of a Sunday pudding-y thing. Who knows? Sunday roast, ain't chocolate Angel Delight.
Don't know. So many people obviously saying hello. Dan is saying, yeah, new fee it is. I imagine being sure. Do we have room in a suitcase from Azamara?
Yeah, I'd definitely have a trade-off.
Swap Azamara for Antarctica. We'd love to go to Antarctica. Yeah. That'd be awesome. But maybe one day. And Cherry's just saying our lighting looks fine. So so many people here. Look,
what you need is you need some like a sun visor on the top of your glasses because it's just right at the very top, isn't it?
Yes. So Ken said we both look beautiful.
Oh, okay.
And Cheryl's from my favourite place that I pronounce always well, Guadalajara. Did I say it right that time?
Guadalajara, yeah.
Guadalajara.
That was a good effort.
It was a good effort. So, Angela's here. Angela doesn't pop up very often. We love chatting on Twitter to us and Angela. So, good evening. I thought I'd pop on whilst on the train. Fingers crossed the Wi-Fi behaves. Yeah, hopefully. So, so David's asking about, apart from Fred Olsen, who else sails from the north of England and Scotland? There's more to the UK than southern England.
Well, it's funny you should say that because I had an email through earlier, and Ambassador are sailing in 2024. I believe it's 2024. They're sailing from Newcastle, Liverpool, and Dundee, as well as Tilbury and possibly Bristol. Has the Bristol sailing started yet?
Not sure.
Not sure. So definitely 4, possibly 5 different places that I know of off the strength of reading an email earlier.
But I agree, David, there's a lot. And there was talk, and I know when we met up with our patrons, and Mandy was saying that Liverpool, because they just live up the road from there, they've talked for a long time about building a better cruise terminal and stuff, because that's a fantastic port to go from, wouldn't it be, Liverpool?
Yeah. Not for us, but it's
fantastic. Not for us, because it's not that close.
But it's quite central.
Yeah, exactly. So we did cruise there, actually. Princess Cruises actually do. There's a lot that do around the UK, but often they start in either Southampton and Dover. So
I forgot about Dover.
So but it is. It would be nice to see more cruise ships going from the north of the country for sure. So so Frank and Jensen, have you stayed in Barcelona before a cruise? If so, what's your favourite hotel or area to stay in? We're booked for a Royal Oasis the Seas next May. Oh, nice.
We often get, when we say this, people look at us and go, "What? We don't like Barcelona."
Well, we don't get
it. We just, everybody says, "Oh, Barcelona," and we go there, and everything seems to be 8 miles apart, and we're wandering around, and you think, either every time we go there, we constantly go to the wrong place, or we just don't. The
best thing we did do was a hop on, hop off bus, where we got our bearings, and we did stay there years ago. In fact, before our first ever cruise on Navigator of the Seas, and I couldn't for the life of me remember the hotel now. Could you?
We stayed in the hotel. We stayed in was nothing. It wasn't a big hotel, and in the lobby or right next door, you'll tell me because I can't remember, was like what we like to call an old man bar.
Yeah,
that's so tapas as well. And they had some music playing in the evening. The drink was cheap. The food was great.
Yeah.
But when we went into sort of the areas where they say, "Oh, go up Los Ramblos and do this and do that," and we just didn't. Really
we didn't feel very safe on Las Ramblas, and I think you have to really have your wits about you. And we kept getting lost, and we ended up in these dark little alleys, didn't we? So maybe we need to revisit it. So sorry, not very helpful for that, Frank and Jen. Dawn's asking, we're thinking of booking the Titan tour taken in Alaska. What's put me off is all the packaging and unpackaging. I managed not to take too much. Any tips?
There's no real getting around the packing and unpacking, but there's a way to get around the packing and unpacking. I'll hand you over to my colleague.
Well, because I did most of the packing and unpacking, what I packed as if we were normally going to cruise, that we were going to empty everything. And when we got to our first hotel in Banff, I did empty everything. But then after that, what I would do, then I repacked everything so that we put mostly things that we were using for our cruise in one case. So stuff that we needed for that. And then I put it in sort of in sections in the suitcase, so that it was easier. So you didn't have to keep unpacking and unpacking stuff. So, it is a pain. You can't get away from doing it. But if you organize your suitcases with some packing cubes of things that you think you're going to be needing in your first, like we stopped at Banff and Jasper, and then we did the Rocky Mountaineer, and then we went to Kamloops. So we had sort of 3 hotel stops, didn't we? If you just organize your suitcase, which I wish that we had done.
I think the problem is when we go away, we take 2 big suitcases and we split our stuff between the 2, because then if you lose a suitcase, you still both got half a suitcase full of clothes each. Now, because the clothes that you might be wearing on the first leg, the land tour bit, won't be the same as the cruise clothes, you can't really have cruise clothes, tour clothes, because if the tour clothes gets lost, you don't want to be doing a week walking around Canada in like a long flowing dress or a dinner suit or whatever you might be wearing for the cruise. So we had to go as we would normally go. But like Carole said, once we got to the first hotel, if you'd have then, because those suitcases then virtually don't go out of your sight. They go on the coach, you're sat above them. So there's no chance of anything getting lost really, or next to no chance. So yeah, so once you've unpacked at the first one, organise it then for, right, this is for the rest of this week, and that suitcase there is for the cruise. If you've got a suite, you get free laundry.
Check that with your cruise category of your cabin,
if you're
because
with
that's
Holland
really
America,
important.
yeah.
Well, because there are some that give you sort of one bag of complimentary laundry, and that just reduces down. And actually, laundry, if you go to our website, we've got the laundry prices of most cruise lines now. And actually, if you want to get a few things laundered, it's not too much. And obviously, for those of you who don't know, on a lot of ships they have their own self-service laundries that you can actually go and do a load of washing. I don't want to do that on a cruise, but there are lots of people do, don't they?
But apparently, if you like some gossip,
yes, it's the place to be.
It's the place to be.
Yes,
and there's all sorts of shenanigans go on.
Yes,
there's people that will actually take out of order signs, pack out of order signs in their suitcases,
and
put them on washing machines.
I know.
So when they get there, that washing machine's available,
and then they take it off.
You'll get other people.
I don't know if that's true. We've been told
I've read it. I've read it.
I know.
And other things that I know is true, because I've been told by people who maybe haven't done it themselves, but they're employed, and you'll get people who will put some washing in the washing machine and say it takes an hour. They'll like go off for 2 hours. So you'll be sat there and there's just a load of wet washing. But unfortunately, people on cruises don't wear that. So that wet washing comes out.
There's sort of laundry room etiquette.
Yes.
So we're a bit scared to go in there, aren't we?
I was talking to somebody and they went into the laundry with their laundry. And this woman turned around and said, "What floor are you on? What floor are you on?"
Yeah.
And they said, "What do you mean, what floor on? This is deck 7 laundry." Yeah. Oh, okay.
They get very,
Now, bearing in mind, on a lot of cruise ships, they're only on every other deck anyway. So according to this woman, if you're on deck 8 and there's only one on deck 7 and deck 9, you can't do any laundry.
Well, just going to the next question here. So Mandy's asking, we are cruising the Canaries the week after Christmas. Are there any excursions we must do? Have you cruised the Canary Islands yourself? We have cruised the Canary Islands, and we did, which was quite a few years ago now, on Independence of the Seas.
It was Independence of the Seas.
And we actually self-explored the ports because we were in Santa Cruz, which was easy to navigate. We were in Gran Canaria.
And we were with our fathers. We were with our 2 fathers. And to be fair, when we cruised with our fathers, we tended not to do many excursions. And Carol's dad was always very mobile anyway. And my dad has been on a scooter for a long time. So we would get off. And wasn't it in Canaries when my dad's scooter packed up?
Well,
that was hilarious.
Paul's not got lots of patience. Paul's dad's got even less patience.
I've got no patience. My dad's got about 50%
no, we were going,
less
and me and
that.
my dad were very chilled back and laid back, and we would just sit there laughing at them both being grumpy. So we were going, I think it was in Tenerife, wasn't it? We were just exploring, and there was a little bit of a hill, and we thought, oh, there's a coffee shop at the top. That'd be nice. Let's stop for a coffee. And John said, oh, that hill's a bit steep. And Paul's like, no, just put your foot down,
no,
Dad.
No, he didn't. It wasn't the put your foot down. The problem is he wanted to go at the same speed as we were walking. And so he'd go, and he kept going just little spurts. I said, Dad, just go up to the top of the hill and wait for us at the top. Because he could have got up there and put, you wind it up to like full throttle and it would have shot up there. And after about 8 times of going, everything cut out. So we're halfway up this steep hill.
Me and my dad were just.
They were just.
We were trying. So we were trying not to laugh. I can't remember. So funny.
I can't remember if we pushed him to the top of the hill or went back down the hill, but whichever one it was. And then when we got to the bottom, I thought, well, maybe I should investigate. And all there was a cutout switch, and it basically like a trip switch on the electric. And I just pressed the button, and then it was perfect again. So if I'd have pressed that button, it would have been an issue.
Yeah, but going back to excursions, Mandy, we can help with that. But hopefully, people in the comments, if you've been to the Canaries and can help Mandy out, then please pop them in the comments so we can show them too. Kelly's here from Ontario, Canada. So many Canadians in. So thank you all so much. And David's just saying thank you for your vlogs, your time to make them for us. Thank you, appreciate that. Cheryl's asking, have we done a British Isles cruise? Who do you recommend? We did a British Isles cruise on Sky Princess and had a fabulous time with Princess, didn't we? We've got a vlog series about that. We've got a vlog series about the Sky Princess in Norway.
So you saying? So where did we go then?
Because we went up to Greenock. We did.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we did Belfast.
Belfast, so it is.
Yeah. So Princess do a lot of around the UK.
Fred Olsen do UK.
Fred Olsen do UK.
And I know P&O used to do stuff, and I said, well, I was talking about this on previous live, and they do stuff where you go to the little Scottish islands like Iona, which is what the ship was named after, and there's there's one where they filmed the kids program, Tobermory or whatever. And there's all those little islands, so I'd like to do something like that. But it's the weather, isn't it? That's the trouble. If you can get the weather right, the British Isles is beautiful. It's as pretty as a picture.
It is. We're very blessed to be living in the UK, and that's why we love going away in our camper van, didn't we? Only there to the Peak District, because every year I said I want to go and explore somewhere different in the UK, and we've done that. We've done
it twice.
We've done the Lake District, and we've done the Peak District.
So we're only going to go places in our camper that ends in district.
So let's see. Bridget's saying you guys are hilarious. You make a great team. I love watching you guys. Oh, thank you, Bridget. I appreciate that. And you comment a lot on our videos on YouTube. So thank you so much for that. As I keep mentioning, the comments and the likes and the thumbs up really do help our channel grow. So please do that. So, Life of the Park saying your morale of your reviews really helped when we're looking to book a cruise. So many thanks. It was even better than you suggested. Thanks. Yeah, like I said, we got so much Morella content because we do. Morella is one of our favourite cruise lines. So, and Mandy said we just booked our 5th cruise because of you. We love you. Phil's bank account doesn't know.
Sorry, Phil.
Sorry. Nick's just saying, hi, have you had any bad weather like the Saga ship had this week? Love your show. Thanks, Nick. Where we are in Gloucestershire, we've had wet and winds, and there's been flooding in surrounding areas. But for us, it's not been horrendous, has it, to be fair? Like a lot of the country have had, which has been really, really upsetting to see.
I did get wet when I was taking the frozen peas out to the freezer earlier because our freezer's in our garage. But it doesn't really compare with flooding. But it was cold.
So Catherine said, next week cruise, don't do May or June as my leave is embargoed. Oh, well, that's when our 2025 one is, isn't it? In May. Yeah. So Nick's saying, your final cruise, where are you going and why? So we've got one final cruise. Oh, gosh.
Oh, that sounds a bit...
A world cruise. And then it covers it all.
Well, there you go.
Oh, that's a sad thought, isn't it? What would you say?
Thanks for bringing the mood down, Nick. Well, you'd want to be somewhere it's either somewhere you haven't been or somewhere you have been where it was so spectacular. If I had to say now it was somewhere I'd already been, I'd go back to Alaska because I thought it was fabulous.
We've been talking about Canada. Do you know, I know there's a lot of Canadians in, but we were blown away by Canada, weren't we? And it was never really on our radar.
It wasn't the people, though. It was the country.
No, it was lovely people. It wasn't on our radar, really. And then we were talking to Dan about different things. I always wanted to do the Rocky Mountaineer. And obviously that goes in the US and in Canada. And it wasn't the part about Canada that lured us into doing that trip, was it? It was the Rocky Mountaineer and the Alaska cruise. But the part in Canada was just absolutely fabulous. Yeah. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful country.
It's lovely, isn't it?
And Moon547, one of our patrons, says, yes, 2 days in a row bonus. Yeah. Oh, so let's have a look. Nick saying, for your information, you have a great community. Credit to you both. Oh, thank you very much. Let's have a look to the next question. So let's see. Lots of people saying they love Abba. Spencer saying Christmas is a bit early. It's the 9th of November, for heaven's sake. Paul's face says it all. Might as well get an Easter bunny too. I know. Do you know why I'm really excited about Christmas this year? I really am. It's mad. But yes, it is too early, and I take your point. But I won't be getting an Easter bunny. Did you do? I don't get that.
Where are we looking?
This one there. Let's have a look at that. So, where are we? So Kevin's just given us $20 super chat.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Thank you, Kevin.
what was I saying earlier? How much we love Canadians, and I think I'm just throwing it out to the other Canadians. I think Kevin has set an example that you all should follow.
Oh no, that's brilliant, but we do. And like you say, and the part in Canada was amazing, and we obviously met Kevin in Banff, which was just.
We met Kevin 3 times overall. He met us at the airport, and we went out twice for meals, and it's just mad. And in all fairness, almost across the board of everyone that we've met, you feel like within half an hour, because I think obviously we don't know them at all, but they know us from this sort of stuff in our videos. But within half an hour or less, usually, you feel like you've known each other for years.
Yeah, it's fab.
It's mad, really.
Well, I think because you've got so much in common, haven't we? We all love cruising, and we've been talking online, and it's been brilliant. So thank you, Kevin. That's really kind. I can get some more baubles tomorrow, then, Paulie. There was a dancing Christmas, Father Christmas tree.
Shut up.
So let's see. Tom and Dom's Travels here, so just say, is there a cruise that doesn't play ABBA? True. All the bands do that, and I get it because people love it. So Ken's home for Christmas and cruise and New Year.
Yeah, and most of the bands that play ABBA songs play with my favourite, Dancing Queen. So that's good, isn't it?
Yes. Heather's off on Arvia on Saturday. Can't wait. First cruise. Oh, have a fab time, Heather and Colin. That's Arvia looks a fab ship. We loved our time on Iona, and we would like to get on Arvia at some point.
Definitely.
So that's great. Sherry said she doesn't mind Dancing Queen, but sticks to Death of Sweet Caroline. Life in the Park said Dancing Queen, Sweet Caroline played to death on Enchanted Princess. I just want to throw myself overboard.
It's a shame because Sweet Caroline, which is a great Neil Diamond song, it really is. It's a fabulous song.
Yeah.
But I don't know in other countries, but like in England, it's used for about 10 different adverts. And we went on somebody was talking yesterday on our members thing about karaoke, and we went to this one karaoke and about 5 different people sang it. And then the last song, they got a bloke up who'd already sang 2 songs, even though lots of people hadn't even had it 1 song. And they got this bloke back up again. He must have been dropping them a backhander. And he did Sweet Caroline, which made me want to throw things at him even more. But it is a good song. And I sang it years and years ago before it had become annoying.
See, Striker saying we've heard. So there was a drainage problem when you guys on Abba Voyage. No, not at all. My brother's now on the Caribbean, so there's a constant sewage smell. Well, hopefully it's a temporary issue that they can get fixed, because that certainly wasn't the case when we were on board.
No, we've never had any issues at all, did we?
So John's asking, we're staying the holiday in Miami pre-cruise following your vlog. Did you use the trolley bus to get around? We did the hop on, hop off bus, didn't we, in Miami? Which is
yes, it was. If you
spit it out, and then spit it
out. My brain was starting to engage. If you go across the road from the Holiday Inn, there's the whatever it's called. What's it called?
Bayside.
Bayside. You go into Bayside, and there's lots of booths. So you go past where Bubba Gump's prawn place is, shrimp place, and you walk up there, and there's like a thoroughfare that goes through, and there's lots of little booths, and they sell tickets for the hop on, hop off bus. But what they also do is that they'll do you a deal where you could do the hop on, hop off bus, and you can also do a boat trip that takes you all past like Millionaires Row.
Yeah.
And there's like David Beckham's house and Barbara Streisand's house and some bloke who bought Toyota into whatever, and J.K. Rowling's got a yacht there and all this sort of stuff, which was absolutely fascinating. And it works out loads cheaper if you do the 2 together. And the circuit that the hop on, hop off bus goes on, it takes you all the way to Miami Beach.
Yeah.
And drops you just before Ocean Drive.
Yeah.
And it's picking up throughout the day, and then it takes you all through, is it called Little Havana, and then all the way back round and drops you, and it picks up right in front of the Holiday Inn.
So we'd thoroughly recommend that, and we would do that again.
Yeah. So if you've got a couple of days there, you can do the boat one day, and the bus.
Boat was great fun. Yeah, we really enjoyed that. But yeah, so have a fab time. So let's have a look. So Andy and Christine are just saying that even dipping in it this evening as we're packing for a night away to Western Supermare for the carnival tomorrow. I hope you get the weather, because it is this time of year when they have all the carnivals. Stephen's asking, Paulie Morgan, could you keep up with the cruise monkeys drinking wise?
Yes.
I don't know if Gavin Luca in the chat. I haven't seen them yet.
Yes, I can. And I have. We've cruised with them, and I was definitely, apart from they tucked me up and made me have, and I see the cruise boys are in as well.
Oh, are they?
So they're, and Lizzie Lewis. But I said, Ken, she's just like, she's such big time now. She, just leaves all the other bloggers behind. And the cruise boys are telling what it was called, but it was something Fuego, and it's like drinking lava.
Chili.
And the cruise monkeys talked me into having one of them, and it was horrible. And then they also talked me into having another drink, which was supposed to be it changes colour and all that, and that was horrible. So all in all,
Paul's not a cocktail person.
Yeah, but that one.
Well, it was very spicy. It was very fiery.
But the one that's supposed to change colour, one of the cruise monkeys had a sip of it and said, "Well, that doesn't even taste right at all." So I don't know whether, but I don't know if it was a bad night in the Good Spirits bar.
Obviously, cruised with the cruise monkeys. They're great guys, and we're planning to cruise cruising with them again next year. So that'll be great. Yes, cruise boys. Thanks, Sherry. So cruise boys are here too, and we're cruising with them too.
It's almost like you didn't believe
I'm just going to try and scroll down, Paulie, to see what the questions are. We've.
In all fairness, you're doing quite well. You're only half an hour behind the questions.
That's fine. As long as we're answering people's questions, I'm happy with that. So, Barbara said she likes the Miami film over and over again. So Nick's saying, going on cruise next year with my mum and my godmother, adjoining room balcony, have I made a mistake?
Yes, massive mistake, yeah. When I take my dad cruising, I won't even be on the same deck as him.
No, the reason we haven't done that is because your dad needed an accessible cabin. Oh my gosh. Some more
Oh, this is just gone crazy now. Is that...
Oh my God. Thank you so much for the super chat, Nick and Tracy. That's awesome. How amazing is that? It's like Christmas come early. Oh, bigger Christmas tree tomorrow. Oh, thank you. It's made me a bit emotional. People being so generous. So thank you so much. So let's go back to the questions. Let's
Does this mean
this is jumping all over the place? I'm getting very confused.
Nick said he wants to go out and have a Thatcher's go with us, so I think that means I'm buying now, doesn't it?
I think it does. So let's have a look. Questions. Let's have a look.
Come on, mate.
I can't wait to catch your Skagway. There's so many people chatting with each other. It's hard, which is lovely. So I can't wait to catch your Skagway video. My hubby and I celebrate our 25th anniversary on June 2025. Yes. So this Friday or tomorrow, we've got our new video out, which I'll just pop a little flyer up. Let me get that off. Oh, where's it gone? This is jumping around like all over the place, isn't it? So let's just pop that off and pop on. So this is our next one. We struck gold. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. Often people say, "Oh, well, I'm subscribed," and I say, "Really?" And they check and they're not. So make sure you're subscribed and make sure you click the bell to put the notifications on as well. This was another. If you watched our vlog from last week when we were in Janelle, wasn't it, with the whale watching stuff, which was an amazing day. We thought days can't get any better, and we thought, is Skagway going to match it? Well, wait till you see it, because it took me a long time. I was getting quite stressed at the beginning of the week, wasn't I? Because there was so much to show on this video and trying to put it all together, and Paul was very patient with me because I was a bit grumpy. So
right grumpy old
I was. So we hope you enjoy it, because it was another great day.
I told her that I had to go up to my nephew's yard to do some work. But really, I was just like the bloke out the Full Monty who said he didn't tell his wife he'd been made redundant and he would just go out and sit on a park bench somewhere. I just went out and just sat in the car for 7 hours. I didn't, because I went off in one car and came back in another.
No. So let's see. Just joined. Where are you off to next? We're off to the Caribbean. Well, off to Warner's in Hereford.
Herefordshire.
For a turkey and tinsel break, and then we're off on Azamara onward to the Caribbean.
Which is probably, and I bet you Ken will agree with me, Herefordshire probably the second best place on the planet for cider.
Yes, they do make good cider there.
Where's the first, I think?
Somerset.
That's it.
Somerset. So Julie's asking, would you consider cruising from Dubai or Abu Dhabi? We cruised to Dubai once on Morella Discovery. We did a Red Sea cruise, which we thoroughly enjoyed, but we never got to Dubai because there were so many people that got sick on the cruise, not because of anything to do with the cruise, but there was people having health issues that we made so many diversions. We only got as far as Faraja, and then they drove us from Faraja past Dubai to the airport, wasn't it? Yeah. So we never got to see it. So
we could see the Burj or whatever it's called.
Yeah, we could in the distance. It was like, oh my gosh. So yes, we would, but nothing planned as yet. So, and Nick's quite right to say, thumbs up, like and subscribe. Yes, please. That'd be great. I don't know what that means there. So Ruby Tree Treasures is just saying, whose idea was it to start vlogging? I'm trying to get my hubby to engage in vlogging in 3 weeks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was mine. Like I said, hopefully if you didn't catch the beginning of the video, just rewind back to the beginning when we're finished, because I talked a lot about obviously why we started vlogging and what we enjoy about it and how it started really. So Linda's saying she's loving the Canada vlog, such a bucket list.
It's fabulous. And like I said,
I've been loving putting them together.
Considering obviously we only did it in July, and obviously the blogs are out now, and we've probably got two, maybe three more in the series. But I already want to go back. Yeah,
we do, definitely do. Paul's just asking, is there enough to do on Iona when it's a sea day? Yes. P&O do lots of quizzes in the pubs, don't they?
Yes, there is lots going on, to be fair, and
we had some afternoon entertainment with some music, didn't we?
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. It's good. There's always plenty to do.
Yeah.
You could probably go back to Nigel's question now, because Carole said, I don't understand the question. He said, any tips on slamming? And then he put, I meant slimming.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why. I don't know what slamming is. I think slimming's a no-brainer, is it really? In your head, you know what to do. You've got to eat less calorie and exercise more. It's not rocket science, but actually doing that is really difficult, isn't it?
Especially when you're on a cruise. And I think we're very fortunate that we do a lot of cruising. But regardless, when you go on a cruise, Carole's already saying to me, and I know she's right, that, when we go on this cruise, we need to make healthy choices. But I already know that when I go on the cruise, I won't make healthy choices.
I will.
And I won't.
I'm determined. And when we go to Warner's, we know there's a gym there. They've got a swimming pool. I said we're going to get up, have our breakfast. Then what we're going to do in the morning is do that, and then we can enjoy the evening. The afternoon we can go out, because it's beautiful. If the weather's good, the grounds are beautiful. We played mini golf and stuff, didn't we, before? So I said I've already got in my head. I think you have to have a plan of your day. And when we go on Azamara, then that's the plan too. I want to get up, have some breakfast, and the first stop, if we're at sea and not in a port, is to get to the gym. So oh yes, Paul Latisse is just here. Hi from me, Emma, Dan and Tony in London. Yes, Dan, our travel agents out with Emma. We're very jealous because they're off to the theatre. We wish sometimes we lived closer to London. It'd be so good, wouldn't it, to go there, but it's sadly a couple of hours away. Natalie's asking, what did Azamara do about your complaints? Eventually we had conversations with them, and they were very apologetic, and that's why we're back on Azamara onward. They've given us a complimentary sailing in replacement of our first cruise that we had all the issues on. And we're looking forward to be back on Azamara, to be fair, because if you take what happened with guest relations away, what actually we enjoyed was very good, and we're sailing with our some good friends too, and who's not going to love cruising around the Caribbean? So And Denise was just saying we loved your last Alaskan vlog. We're watching our bucket list now, and so is a duck fart. Oh, Philip is just bringing up a good point. Shareholder on board code can't now be used for gratuities now on Cunard. Oh, really? Well, thanks for letting us know that. And Alfie's always saying there's lots to do on Iona City just as well. We've got 7 of them on our 1490 coming up. So I'm sure you'll have a fabulous time, though. Let's see. Andrew's asking, are Saga included excursions any good? We're on our first cruise since 2009, wondering if the Adriatic is safe to explore on your own.
We did one of the excursions we did
in Cherbourg, which was excellent.
We went to not Omaha Beach. What's the other one called? It was one. We went to a beach. Yeah. It was a beach where I went to Omaha Beach when I was about 8 or 9 years old with my parents. And so it wasn't Omaha Beach. It was one further down the coast, and I can't remember what the name of the beach is. And then they took us to this village, and this village has got a fantastic museum, which is dedicated to the D-Day landings. And there was a film, which I think was late 50s, early 60s, and I think it was called The Longest Day. And it was about a parachute regiment who parachuted it in behind enemy lines, and they landed close to this village. And in the film, which also happened in real life because they're obviously mirroring the film, one of the parachutists got caught on the church spire in the town. And he was up there for hours and hours and hours, where all the Germans were going around below, unaware that he was there, till eventually he had to make himself be known, because I think he was in agony, just hanging there. But when you go to this village, they've got a dummy on a parachute actually hanging off the church as well. So I found that absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, we had a great time with Saga, so I'm sure you will. We're looking to do Saga again next year, aren't we? Because we thoroughly enjoyed our time. Tomlinson, they're sailing on an ambassador from Bristol tomorrow. So they have started at Bristol.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming they have.
We'd like to try ambassador. We just haven't found the right deal for us yet, have we? No. And Paul's saying 30 years ago, I was at LAX waiting for a flight to New Zealand and saw a flight board and going to what sounded like the most magical place on earth, Guadalajara. It does, doesn't it? Some words, just you envisage this amazing, maybe it is a very amazing place. And Nigel's saying they live in the Wirral, and there is talk of building another cruise terminal in Liverpool. So, good. And it would be really good. Janet Palmer's asking, do you know if Cunard are being strict on their check-in times in Southampton as P&O are? We join QM2 on Thursday next week. By the way, Thursdays are Angel Delight Pudding nights now.
The honest answer is I don't know, but I mean, the last time we went on Cunard, I don't think we were particularly sticklers.
We've been early a couple of times. I mean, we're not talking hours early. We're talking maybe half an hour before our time, and we've sort of joined the queue. And nobody's questioned that, have they? No. To be fair, so if I had a thing at time at 4 o'clock and then it's turned up at 11, I probably wouldn't do that. But if it was like sort of 3 o'clock, I would edge to get there for 2 just to see if you could get in. So the worst they could say is that, can you take a seat and wait to get on?
Wasn't somebody saying that Princess now on the app, you used to be able to go on to the app and you could pick a boarding group, but apparently they've now done away with that. Did I imagine that, or did somebody tell me that?
Yes, that's true. So let's have a look. Which Morella ship do you think is best? We love the Discoveries because of the atrium, but we did have a fabulous time on Voyager.
Voyager with the kitchens now.
Yeah,
and,
Voyager.
For me, I think I've said this before. If you could take the atrium from the Discovery and put it on the Voyager, that would be the ultimate Morella ship for me. Everything else, Voyager, I love. There's loads and loads of stuff I love about the Voyager.
Also, thanks for the tips. Personally, very sadly, love the laundrette. It's a den of gossip and friendliness. And yes, wash stuff unintended gets dumped into a basket. Yeah. Well, yeah, people need to be. I could get that. So let's have a look. Ken said he gets his free laundry on Princess thanks to loyalty.
Ken has done 750 Princess cruises, hasn't he?
He's done a lot of. Well, they've done a lot of P&O. He
hasn't done 750.
No,
he's done a lot.
Yeah. So. Apple pie and custard's great for Sundays. Skin on custard too. Controversial. God, I haven't had custard for a long time. Have we?
No.
So lots of things in the chat saying about Funchal. Is Funchal do the bastard down the hill? So that's Madeira if you're going down there. Lisa's asking, I may have missed it, but did you say which city in Spain you prefer rather than Barcelona? I seem to have saying you love Madrid.
I went to Madrid on a stag do, and I have to say, even though it was a stag do, I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was so much more interesting because there was still tons and tons of history there, but everything seems to be more attainable, as in you could walk to most places. So I just found it a bit more agreeable than Barcelona. But yeah, so Madrid I think is wonderful. We went to Seville.
Do you know, I was just about to say that Seville that was from Cadiz, wasn't it? We did an excursion which was about an hour or so away. I'm sure it was Cadiz. Seville, you know, when you go to a city and you think, oh my gosh, we've got to come back here for a long weekend. And the other place we felt like that, which is not in Spain, but is in France, was Strasbourg. When we were on a river cruise, we went there and thought, oh, wow, this was awesome.
So there you go. Look, Carole's favourite place in Spain is Strasbourg in France.
No, Seville. So that's... Kate said they absolutely loved last week's video, made me properly laugh out loud. Thank you. That was such a great day in Genoa. It was absolutely awesome. Ken's got lots of tips for Canaries, Fire Mountain, Badama Crater, camel rides. You went on a camel ride years ago when you went on holiday with Dean and Rob.
Oh, it was hilarious.
They perched. There was Dean, Paul's brother, and their good friend from school on the seats.
They were each side the hump. I was on top of the hump on my own camel, and even back then, because we're talking, it was 20 years. No, it was nearly 30 years ago. Actually, it was about 28 years ago, and even then, there was things on the telly where you'd see, I was fine. You get up there, you're fine, but you know at some point you got to get off again. And we've all seen the videos where that camel collapses the front legs, and you do the nosedive off. But it didn't even get to that. As soon as we got anywhere near, I was off the side of it, much to the disgust of the man in charge of the camel.
Camels scare me a bit. They're a bit spitty, aren't they? And I know they have the muzzles on stuff, but let's have a look then. Packing cubes. Yeah, packing cubes. Have a look on our Amazon store if you fancy some packing cubes, because that's... what's Kevin say? For some thatches maybe required for car repairs. What's that mean?
Well, probably me race cars. I was required for repairs.
Oh, the $20 he's given for some thatches maybe required for car repairs. Thank you very much. Claire saying you guys should trip out the coast of Vancouver Island in a rented RV. You'd love it. You know, I'm sure we would. We would definitely be doing more exploring of Canada. That's for sure. Rose is just saying that she's unhappy that the next cruise on Ambition is buffet only for breakfast and lunch. So no main dining room. That's unusual, the main dining room not opening for breakfast. Not always for lunch, do they? Only on sea days. But yeah, I can see that's... PJJ saying, loved your videos on my back door. You have to come back in the fall when the smoke has died down and the fall colours are spectacular. So much of our beautiful Rockies you haven't seen. No, exactly that. And we spoke to Kevin Austin, wasn't it, about going back sort of October, November time. October probably would be the best then, I guess. Claire said, I guess I should offer a place to stay after that super chat. Sherry said the Mountain of Funchal, Madeira, where the Mountain Winery and Bee Museum. Oh, that's unusual. Then back down the other side of the stop at the lookout point over the sea. So, good question, David. Has anyone booked a Black Friday cruise? We always find with Black Friday that it all seems to be a bit of a false thing, doesn't it? Because they say, oh, there's great deals to be had. But then when you look at it, actually, they just put prices up before and then dropped them down a little bit. So we never turn to...
No, I even spoke to...
so Nick said, did you know your channel?
Yeah, no, I just looked, it hasn't.
No, it's 22.2. So quite a big increase from last week. So yeah, it's going up.
22,235.
So give us do check that you're subscribed, because it's
Yeah, I went into Curry's, which is our local electrical retail store, and I said to him, like, Black Friday deals, mate? He said, no, waste of time. He said, this just is what it is, really. And sometimes they put stuff up to put it down again.
I think so.
Yeah.
PJJ said about had fabulous time in Azamara and explore with Eric. So it's lovely to see you. Eric's currently cruising around on Princess. And you were in, was it Papiti? He's one of our patrons, and he's been sharing on our Discord chat some fabulous photos of a part of the world that we definitely want to go to. So thank you for taking the time for joining as well. But yes, Azamara, and they're doing some great deals at the moment. Azamara, Travel with Johnny and Will are currently on Azamara Journey. So if you want to find out about that ship, then just make sure you follow them too. So
Nick said we both have serious faces when we're reading the comments.
Do we? We like that? I just don't want to miss people, because we just feel very privileged that, well, very, very thankful that people have come that they want to ask. Has anyone booked the excursions for the group cruise yet? Check out the Facebook group, Jim and Dwayne, because there was a few people talking about it. We haven't. What we could plan to do, and anyone that wants to join us, we're going to self-explore and go off with groups of people that want to join us. So, but I know a few people were thinking about it. Ruby Lee saying that she loves hop on, hop off buses. Great way to see Rose and Athens. Yeah, they are. They're a really good. And John saying thanks for the hop on, hop off bus. And it wasn't crazy money, was it, Paulie?
No,
it was quite reasonable.
Like I said, it's more of a bargain if you group it with the boat trip, which is also very good.
Sue's asking, so your video last week, will you have another duck fart? No. Glad we tried it. Well, I'm glad we tried it, because it's one of those things, isn't it? If you're going somewhere and you go to a saloon that does that, then it's got to be done. Let's have a look. Danny's just saying, for our come back-to-back cruise with Azamara, we normally book midship, but decided to go aft to have a different view. What did you both like about your aft cabins? We did the aft cabin. Sadly, when we did the aft cabin, we moved to the aft cabin on Azamara Quest, we were going through quite some rough seas in Australia, weren't we? So it was really bouncy.
And it was a bit sooty.
So that was on Azamara Quest. So I would be careful about putting anything white out there. However, any aft cabin that you get, we just love the aft views, didn't it? And just say it for sailaways, it's just a perfect place.
Good,
yeah, loved it. So Sherry's just saying, when does your Azamara cruise leave and what islands are you visiting? We leave on the 30th of November, and we're going to, we're doing St. Thomas, St. Martin, St. Lucia. We're overnight in Barbados for a As Amazing celebration night. We're going to Guadeloupe,
Virgin
Gouda. And what have I missed?
I don't know, but a lot of ports, so we're looking forward to it. Should be good.
Yeah,
should be grand.
So it should be good. So Judy's asking about what was the name of the amazing bar you recommend in Hamburg. That's called the
Hofbrau München.
Yes.
But I think because we went there with the cruise boys the last time we was there, and I think Tristan said that there's more than one Hofbrau München in Hamburg. So it's the one. It's directly behind. I always forget the name of the hotel. Sheraton. Fairmont.
Fairmont, yeah.
It's directly behind. So towards the middle of Hamburg, there's a big lake, and there's a street running across the front of the lake, and it's got the Fairmont Hotel. And the Hofbrau München is the street behind the Fairmont Hotel.
Yes. So, yeah, Sherry said she loved the hop bus in Barcelona. Yeah, the Sagrada de Familia. To see that actually is absolutely amazing, isn't it? And all Gaudi's architecture. So let's have a look if there's any more questions. So I can see we've gone over. Barbara's just saying she arrived over an hour early for my recent cruise on Iona. From getting off the taxi, it was 15 minutes to stepping on board. Amazing. Yeah, brilliant.
I have to say, Southampton if this was out of Southampton, has got to be the most efficient port we've ever been to. They seem to really have it well organised.
Where's that? Sorry, I was reading.
Southampton.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. So Lizzie saying, love Dazamara. Yeah, want to book for 2025. Agreed. Yeah. We had that blip on our cruise, and it seems hopefully that these things have improved. We did at that time have lots of emails of the people that are having the same issues on the same ship, but we haven't had any emails or messages. So hopefully, and like I said, if you feedback these things, then hopefully then it's then it can be improved. Andy and Carla are asking, when you sail with Pinot, do you normally get a drinks package or pay as you go? We pay as we go on P&O, and we worked out, we did it once, didn't we, getting a package, and then we did pay as we go, and we found that we saved money. P&O prices are really reasonable, aren't they?
Yeah, they're one of the most sensible out there for actual prices. So we just pay as you go.
Lou said you've got to have a bushwhacker in St. Thomas.
Oh, well, we'll give it a whirl.
So PJJ say October, even late September, the Canadian rockers for viewing fall colours. The leaves can start changing colour in late August, and the rockers are usually 2 weeks later. Wow. So let's have a look if there's any other questions that we've missed. Striker's asking, when taking us forward during our board, is it better to ask for forgiveness rather than permission? We don't know. We haven't got a drone, so we're not the people to. We don't know. We don't know what the rules. We hear conflicting things, so sorry, we can't help you with that. Lizzie's just saying, please don't forget to press the like button. Yes, please do that. That'll be great. And Mandy's saying, thanks so much for all your Canaries tips. You're all fab. Oh,
Tony Romain's just got here at 2 minutes past.
Tony,
I'll tell you something. It's a good job it's a good job that we
run over.
Normally, because we watch a lot of other people's lives as well, and as soon as that hour's up, it's like, yeah, cheers then, thanks for coming.
Which we get because that's fine.
We hang on because we know that we might get some stragglers, and then we can embarrass them in front of everybody.
Let's just see. So Kevin's also put do check out our travel. Oh, we haven't mentioned, have we? Big news. We've left it till our shop, our Paul and Carole travel accessories shop. I wrote myself a big note here.
Bearing in mind, Carole said big news. It's not open yet.
No, it's not. But
that's really the big news.
Yeah, that's true. But it's really exciting. If you follow us on Instagram, you'll have seen I've just put some stories on that the shop is coming soon.
But it's getting very close.
Hopefully, it's very close. I mean, we're talking hopefully less than maybe in a few days, isn't it, Paulie? So, and if you are on Instagram and you don't follow us, make sure you do, because we've been trying to hit 10,000 now for a long time.
For 48 years. We've been on Instagram before Instagram even started.
Exactly.
It was actually my idea, Instagram, but somebody linked it.
Yeah. So let's see. So let's see if there's any more questions.
I just want you to read out
which one?
That one there.
Paul.
So
by the way, I've watched that Channel 5 murder mystery set on a cruise ship, so you don't have to. Awful. Makes Death in Paradise look like the name of the rose. Shane Ward is terrible. Really. We love Death in Paradise.
Yeah, but the cruise ship murdery thing he's on about.
And Nick saying Soz meant to 22.2.
Oh, you got us all excited, Nick. I ripped my phone open.
Yeah, that's gone up very quickly.
300 subscribers since we've been on our live.
And Frank and Jen just saying, thank you for such an enjoyable couple you are. Oh, thank you so much. Ken's saying they'll see you next week. And like I said, I would love to pop down to see you in Lindsay, but I want my hair done. So, and Andrew's asking for the bag. The bag actually is, for those of you that do follow us on Instagram, you see my friend Kate, a very talented girl, has made me a special ultimate travel bag. And we will be selling those, but they're very unique items. And we're sitting down and working out costs and time that it takes Kate to do them. But they will be
on a limited run.
They will be.
So there's not going to be 200 of them. We're thinking 5, maybe 10 absolute maximum of this design, which is an absolute unique one-off, all handmade. Yeah, not come from a sweatshop.
And we've had a lot of interest already. Yeah. So but we want to make it that special. But
they're not going to be cheap. but they are going to be rare.
Yeah. But our regular shop is going to have obviously your hats, your hoodies, which we're living in our hoodies, aren't we?
And if you want a million t-shirts, you can buy them, but with the bags, not so
yeah,
much.
they're going to be very sort of unique. So let's have Jack is saying, hope Uncle H is getting some things together for our Asmara cruise on November 30. See you there. We will definitely see you there. So and Kevin, just for future, when the shop does go live, you can check out the page now and you'll see my bag that I'm on about. But it's basically /shop. Paul and Carole, lovestotravel.com. And PJ, just to finish off, is asking our Instagram handle. It's just at Paul and Carole, and you'll find us there. And Millie said she just saw it on Instagram, and it was lovely modelling, Carole. Thank you.
But what about the photographer? I thought you'd done a great job.
Oh, anyway, we've taken up enough of your time. So thank you so much for everyone coming. We'll be back here again next Thursday, just before we get to Warner's. And then hopefully we'll be live from Warner's the following week. And then live from Azamara. Well, hopefully going to go live from Fort Lauderdale and live from Azamara onward when we're on there.
We're just international.
But thank you again for your company. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you so much to Nick and Kevin for your super chats. That's just blown us away. So we really appreciate that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. And we will catch you all next week.
Thanks for watching. Y'all.
Cheers. Y'all.
Y'all.